For the first time in less than 24 hours, a deadly crash shuts down I-25. It took first responders a long time to clean up this mess.
A large crowd of police helps honor a hero in Washington, D.C. This morning, after the ambush of 2 National Guard members, the president is promising action against third world countries.
And don't expect any pushing and shoving if you're trying to score a Black Friday deal this morning. We're breaking down what is really stressing out American families.
And we do want to get you started with a live look at a very festive Pearl Street Mall in Boulder. Loving the lights. 'Tis the season, Corey. I already started playing the Christmas music.
Same.
And you know what? It's going to feel like it really soon, my friends. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Erica Lopez and for Jordan Chavez.
And I'm Corey Rose. Today is the day that I get to decorate. I am so excited.
Still
about
warm,
it.
too.
Exactly.
Right.
Keely's joining us right now. You got to do it today because this weekend it's going to be cold.
You said it. I was thinking the same exact thing. I got to get all my outdoor, at least your outdoor decorations done today as temperatures climb into the low 60s. We'll be topping out in the low 30s this weekend. So yeah, much chillier. We have Arctic air moving in, and that's going to change things up, along with bringing us a little bit of snow tomorrow morning. So out and about right now, temperatures right around 30 degrees, still below freezing. Do want to point out we have a winter weather advisory for the northern mountains, central mountains as well. That does include I-70, the I-70 mountain corridor. That starts at 5 o'clock tonight, goes through 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. We're expecting 3 to 9 inches of snow, so travel impacts, no question, up in the mountains. Your forecast, we're going to make it into the 40s by 9 o'clock. We do have increasing clouds as we head into the afternoon. Mostly cloudy by this afternoon, 61 degrees. That is our forecast high. Our average high, 48, so well above that. Things changing tomorrow. We have Arctic air moving in tonight, so temperatures are going to start to drop. Light metro snow tomorrow morning, moderate snow up in the mountains, and again overnight through about, I'd say about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then we have a second round of snow to talk about on Sunday. So again, all in all, anywhere from about a trace to 2 inches by the end of the weekend here in the metro area. We'll break down the timing of that snow in a bit more detail coming up in your complete forecast in just a bit.
All right, Keely, thank you. Southbound I-25 at Yale was closed for several hours last night due to a deadly crash involving a fuel tanker. Denver police say that crash led to a large fuel spill, and as a result, the road was closed for several hours while first responders cleaned up the mess. DPD is still working to figure out how this happened. The driver of the tanker was killed.
6 apartment units were damaged by fire on Thanksgiving. This was in Arvada at a complex near 64th and Oak Street. 4 of the units were cleared in time for families to get back inside by Thursday night. But we've learned that 2 of the apartments were badly damaged, and the 4 people who live there were not able to go back home. Investigators are still trying to figure out how the fire happened.
Overnight, the body of Sarah Beckstrom was moved from a Washington hospital to a D.C. area medical examiner. Beckstrom is one of 2 National Guard members shot in an ambush near the White House on Wednesday night. Dozens of police, emergency vehicles, and others escorted the van carrying Beckstrom, part of a dignified transfer. She was from West Virginia. She started her service in 2023. The president said Thursday that the other National Guardsman remains in critical condition.
As you know, the other young man is fighting for his life. He's in very bad shape. He's fighting for his life, and hopefully we'll get better news with respect to him. And the monster that did this is also in serious condition, but we won't even talk about him.
Investigators say it is still too early to determine a motive for the shooting, but they do believe it was a targeted attack and that the suspect, an Afghan national, drove all the way across the country from his home in Washington state to carry out the shooting.
Following this shooting in D.C., President Trump took to Truth Social, saying he will permanently pause migration from all third world countries. In the post, he says this permanent pause would allow the U.S. system to fully recover and would remove anyone who is not a net asset from the country. Now, it's unclear which countries the president is referring to in the post, but he has used third world countries in previous speeches as part of an anti-immigration rhetoric. The State Department has not responded to requests for comment on Trump's post.
A federal judge is pressing the Justice Department to protect victims of Jeffrey Epstein. Thousands of pages of documents related to the convicted sex offender were released this month, but they included sensitive information about some of the victims. The materials were made public under the Epstein Files Transparency Act, signed into law last week by President Trump. The release led to widespread panic for Epstein's victims, according to their attorneys. In a filing late Wednesday, a judge asked the Justice Department to provide specific details about how it will protect the privacy of those victims. That could mean redacted data or blocking the release of some files. So far, no comment from the Justice Department. Well, it's supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year, but it can also be pretty overwhelming.
That's true. All that holiday cheer comes with an added layer of holiday stress, especially for the moms out there. Now, news reporter Shalima Maharaj joins us live from the Cherry Creek Holiday Market. Shalima, it's very busy out there this time of year.
It absolutely is. I mean, this time of morning, obviously, everyone's getting that first cup of joe in just so that they can head out the door. And I'm sure they're going to begin that shopping any moment now. But in the meantime, the real thing this year that people are up against, a lot of people are watching those budgets. That is a big stressor right now. Another one that we are hearing is a very big stressor, and this is from a study done by Calm, and that's, of course, the meditation app. They're finding that about 65% of moms out there are saying that the pressure to be perfect and deliver perfection over the holiday seasons is just overwhelming. Another big stressor, and no surprise here, it's all the planning, all the arrangements that you have to make, all those little tiny details that definitely add up. And of course, hosting. 58% of the people who were surveyed actually said that hosting gives them a lot of anxiety, and I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who can relate. So certainly a lot of things that people are taking into account over the holiday season. It's pretty easy to feel wonderful about, going out there, taking part in all the activities, doing all of that shopping, but a lot of people may be looking to rein that in just a little bit this year so that it's not too expensive. And just to wrap things up as well, about 2/3 of people who were actually surveyed say that basically the pressure to host and to welcome people to their houses, they find that even more stressful than gift wrapping. So I guess it depends on how you feel about gift wrapping. Live in Denver, Shalima Maharaj, and I-News.
Yeah, gift wrapping is tough. It's not for the weak, Shalima.
No, not at all. Not at all. I wouldn't want a gift that was wrapped by me. I'm just saying.
Girl, me either. Maybe Corey can give us some lessons.
I got you. Well, you can always just put it in a bag, with some tissue paper.
Okay, that's usually what I do. My goodness.
Perfect.
Shalima, thank you so much. We'll check in with you soon. This year's Black Friday is coming at a tough time for Coloradans' overall consumer sentiment, or our feelings about the economy. It's some of the lowest in the country. This is according to a poll put out this week. Researchers ranked 47 of the busiest cities in the states. Denver came at 41st. Researchers blame the lingering effects of the recent government shutdown.
A record number of Americans are traveling for the holidays this weekend, but it's going to look a little different than years past. AAA says that more than 81 million people are expected to travel at least 50 miles this weekend. Most of them will not be flying. A lot of people had already made plans to drive to their destination. Others were forced to pivot due to flight cancellations caused by the government shutdown. A recent survey says 1 in 3 people whose travel plans were impacted by the shutdown had to cancel altogether. Every family has their Thanksgiving traditions.
And some love the turkey, others love the parade, but 2 brothers in Denver have made their Turkey Bowl a holiday staple for family and friends at Southmore Park for half a century now. It's a long time. Douglas and Perry Leiden first started coming out to the park for a football game in 1975, and they have not missed a year since. They're serious.
They are.
50 years in, they have a group of core members who join the brothers almost every year, but they always welcome in new players as well. They only have one rule for new teammates.
The goal is, though, we don't want you here for one, is what we always tell them. Make the tradition, right? This is 50. We think we can go to 100. We may not be here,
We're
but
not
we'll
gonna
go to
be
100.
here.
No.
We might make 30 more, but that's about it.
Oh, I love them. This is so fun. Perry told us this will not be the last Turkey Bowl, and like you heard there, they plan to do 50 more. Look at all those people who come out.
And they're serious. They had like a WWE belt and a championship
They had a
ring.
championship ring.
Okay,
Let's go.
I love it. For many, a light jog is the perfect way to start Thanksgiving, and more than 12,000 people showed up for the annual Mile High United Way Turkey Trot at Wash Park yesterday. Look at all these people starting out Thanksgiving like this. I love it. Organizers said it was a record turnout. The weather probably played into that.
Yeah.
It was amazing yesterday. Proceeds from the event go into some of the United Way's programs, which help people with things like shelter and food.
Perfect running weather. And a runner at a Western Slope Turkey Trot may have set a world record yesterday. Shane Nixick finished a 5K, 16 minutes, 12 seconds. Get this, Corey, pushing his daughter, Bonnie Sue, in a stroller. Yeah, I had to look this up. That is a 5-minute, 13-second mile pace. He actually beat my best ever 5K time by 10 seconds. The Guinness World Records team has not weighed in yet. Of course, I wasn't pushing a stroller, and neither was anyone else out there. Shout out to Shane, finished 4th overall in his age group. I am so impressed.
Seriously, it's called a turkey trot. You're supposed to trot.
This was a turkey sprint,
Oh
Keely.
my gosh.
Yeah, what about a turkey walk? That's what I would certainly Wog or whatever they call it. I'd be walking fast. All right, let's talk about this storm moving in. Things changing. Today's going to be great. We've got a mix of sun and clouds, temperatures climbing into the low 60s. Then things change. We have Arctic air moving in from the north. That's going to drop those temperatures. Also, a little bit of moisture moving in, and that's going to bring us some moderate snow up in the mountains, as well as some light snow down here at the lower elevations, anywhere from a dusting to about a couple inches by the end of the weekend. So Arctic air on the way. That looks at our, that tops our weather impact alert for tomorrow morning. Light metro snow, moderate snow in the mountains. And again, it starts tonight with a little bit of rain, transition to snow by tomorrow morning.
Keely, thank you. The death toll is rising after that horrific fire at an apartment complex in Hong Kong. Rescue crews are still hard at work trying to find survivors.